Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Headbangers Closet. Hope everyone's doing well today. So this video is my record store day haul, courtesy of some vclt from a very good friend of mine, VK. You guys know him over at the Zeppel Hangar, hanging out there at the Zeppel Hangar. Super cool dude, even better friend. I've known Vance for quite a while. Got to hang out with him in person a few years back in Chicago when I went there for the Metallica show at Lollapalooza. So really cool to be able to get to hang out with him. I would say he was my very first friend that I made when I started doing these videos back in 2020, roughly around there, and just kind of, gave me some pointers on what to do and, stuff like that. And just, was really instrumental to me keeping, I guess keeping the channel going, but kind of keeping my confidence up. Whereas, without anybody watching the videos back then, you're just saying, stick with it. If you enjoy doing it, just keep doing it. Don't give up. You got a good collection, so just, show it. I'm sure people are going to like it. So he was really instrumental in kind of the growth of this channel, so I got to thank him for that. But just been a really good friend of mine. And I reached out to him. I know he was going to participate in Record Store Day. He's always talking about all the killer record stores in Chicago. And I knew he was going to hit up a bunch of them. And I couldn't make it this year. I was playing in a hockey tournament down in Florida, and I couldn't get out of it. I was voted the team captain, so I had to be there. I was also drove the van down there. So while he was at the record stores throughout the day texting me what he was getting, I was driving down to Florida. We played our games and then drove back. So I got in really late and I was dead tired. But he had texted me what he got, so I was very excited. Pretty much everything on the list that I wanted, he was able to get for me. So let's get right to it. If anybody wanted to know, we won a game, lost a game, and then tied. And I actually did pretty good. Had a goal, the tying goal in the deciding, not deciding it, but third game, and had an assist. Played pretty well overall. But I'm really bummed to miss Record Store Day. I like, going to Atlanta and checking it out. But, like I said, Vance helped me out, so let's get right to it. Big, thick box here. So I've got both my small knife and my big knife. So let's get right to it. Very well packed. And we talked about how we wanted to pack it as well. He kind of definitely took some extra steps for that tender loving care to make sure the records arrive safe and sound without any damage. And to be honest with you, there was a few things he mentioned that I didn't even think about. Open this side. Good thing I looked at that side first, because I started cutting before I read the thing. Here we go. All right. Got a killer Led Zeppelin postcard. Very fitting. Says, hey, buddy, here are your Record Store Day records. I hope they made it safely, plus a little VCLT for you. Enjoy, my friend. VK Vance Zeppel channel. Cheers. Awesome stuff. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. All right, here we go. Progressive metal from the UK. Got a CD from Enigma. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever even heard of these guys. Enter the Enigma, Artificial Soul, Divinity, Seven Hills, Warning. Some pretty cool stuff. UK progressive metal. We'll be giving that a listen tomorrow night as I drive to yet another hockey game. What is this, a flag? Oh, I think this is the flag for the Black Label Society. The new Black Label Society release. It is Black Label Society, Engines of Demolition. That's really cool. Awesome. Thanks, buddy. That's really cool. Nice towel. I have to decide whether I'm going to hang it up or put it in my hockey bag. Alright, so what else we got in here? Let's move this out the way. It's down there. I got some stickers and a wrench. Alright, I forget what this is for. Somebody refresh my memory. It's a tool. probably to like fix my damn record cubes, is a Slipknot sticker. Record Store Days for everybody, Record Store Days sticker. Blood Letter sticker, and then a Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon sticker, really cool. We'll be putting them on my record holder right there that I throw all my stickers on. Trouble Record Store Day 2026. So this is the Illinois Entertainment, Illinois Entertainment magazine. Providence used to have one of these called the Providence Phoenix. It was the exact same thing. I used to pick it up every Thursday. Loved the thing. All the advertisements for all the clubs and all the bands, like who was coming to town, when, and whatnot, where how to get tickets, amongst a lot of other cool stuff going on in the city of Providence. Boston never had one, from what I recall, but I always picked up the Providence Phoenix. This thing's pretty cool. Thank you very much, buddy. Put that down there. I'll put it over here. The flag. All right, here are the records. Let's get to it. Let's grab them, get them out of the box. All right, let's get a few out of the box. All right, so only a couple of things I wanted this year. Looks like he got all of them for me. Got the Judas Priest Alive in L.A. Awesome stuff. Got the one from last year as well. This is the Motley Crue, and is watching Harmless Rebel's channel, talking about his record store day haul, and he was talking about this one. Not super thrilled about the cover. Completely agree. But he also said every time Motley Crue puts something out, he picks it up, and I'm the exact same way. They were the first heavy metal band I ever fell in love with, and I still love these guys to this day. They're coming to Atlanta on August 12th, and I don't have tickets, so I'm really hoping to go. But awesome stuff. This is the Live Wire EP, celebrating 45th anniversary. World's most notorious band with their breakout single Live Wire. And this is kind of like a reissue, I guess, of this. So you get the Live Wire, Take Me to the Top on side A, then you get Merry Go Round on side B. But I thought there was a different cover for this, and then when, like I said, watching Steven's video, Harmless Rebel, and saw this, I could have sworn there was a different cover. And then here we go. This is the one that I wanted most of all. Megadeth's Hidden Treasures. Like a day before Record Store Day, maybe 2 days before Record Store Day, they announced that Euthanasia and Countdown to Extinction being reissued a little bit later this year. And finally now having those 90s catalog stuff on there. 90s catalog being re-released on vinyl. Pretty cool purple, marble swirl looking thing. I like it. I'm glad they chose to do a colored variant for this one. Not super stoked on the album cover. I like the other one where it's just the map. I thought that was kind of neat from the CD. I should have brought the CD out to kind of show you guys. Oh, there it is. All right, so that's the original album cover. I thought it was kind of cool. Some lyrics, stuff like that. So these are all basically, B-sides, covers, and then stuff that was on motion picture soundtracks that never made it on an actual album. This is the limited edition colored vinyl. Includes Japan-only bonus tracks, which are New World Order, demo, Architecture of Aggression demo, To the Moon, Edit, Radio Edit, and Symphony of Destruction demo. But of course you get No One Mr. Nice Guy, the Alice Cooper cover from the Shocker motion picture soundtrack, which I've got that. One of the first things I wanted to collect was the that Megadeth single where basically it's not a sleeve, it just kind of folds out. Then you get Breaking Point, Go to Hell, Angry Again, which is from the Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger, if I'm not mistaken. 99 Ways to Die, Paranoid, Black Sabbath cover, Diadems and Problems. I think it's either Diadems or Problems, I think is from that movie, Demon Knight. I'm not sure which one of those, I don't remember which one of those songs was, but it was a pretty cool movie. If you think horror movies, I thought it's a pretty cool movie. But awesome, really, really glad to have the Hidden Treasures in the collection. So stoked that they issued this. I wish more bands like Megadeth and some bands would take the time to do something for Record Store Day, because it really is cool. It's an awesome, fun kind of thing for the fans to do, try to collect everything. Definitely Motley Crue and Judas Priest, Van Halen even, which is the next one, kind of spoiler alert. A lot of the bands have taken advantage of it. I wish, other bands I'm into would do the same. And then the next one is Van Halen's live show in New Haven, Connecticut. I think, 1986, Live Without a Net. This is the double LP set from the 1986 51-52, yep, New Haven, Connecticut, limited edition crystal clear vinyl. And so this was it was a gatefold, so I'll open it later, and kind of show you guys maybe everything inside on like a new to the collection video, maybe in a couple weeks. But so this show is awesome. They had it on MTV, and me and my buddy, I think I talked about my buddy Rob on a previous video. He was one of those guys that was instrumental in getting me into a lot of the heavier bands. But we recorded the show on VHS. We watched it all the time. We were never like, Van Halen is only David Lee Roth, not Sammy Hagar. We thought they were awesome regardless. I still love all the David Lee Roth stuff. We loved it back then. But 5150, man, is one of my favorite all-time records, let alone Van Halen albums. I think it's an amazing record. I definitely think it gets enough attention, but there was still some people like, Van Halen, not Van Hagar. It's like, whatever, dude. The album kicks ass. I love it. In this video, watched it constantly on VHS, mimicked so many Van Halen's moves with baseball bat from my guitar. But awesome live record. Super stoked to have that in the collection. And then we've got some more VCLTs. We've got some killer stickers and postcards. We've got Iron Maiden's Burning Ambition postcard. He threw in a bunch of Led Zeppelin stickers. So fitting. I love it. It's awesome. Thanks, buddy. We've got some more Record Store Day stickers. Some Pantera, Slayer, Black Sabbath stickers. Where are you getting all this stuff, dude? Usually I only get them if I buy something from a record company, and then they send me some random stuff. Metallica, Iron Maiden, Anthrax, Pink Floyd, Korn. Sorry, Korn. Gotta get rid of the Boston accent. I've been living here 25 years. Pink Floyd. And then some more Burning Ambitions postcard, and then a Black Sabbath keychain. Super cool. Thanks, man. Dude, you went all out throwing in a bunch of extras, man. Thank you so much. Okay, then we got some Chicago metal bands. Alright, we got Heatwave. That's super cool how they write it, though. And then they write it in regular, so you can kind of see what it is. That's cool, dude. I'm gonna have to give this a spin. It looks awesome. Chicago area metal. Love that, man. Let's see what some songs I recognize. Anything out here? Just based off the looks of the guys in the band, I would have to say 90s, early 2000s. Yep, 1998. UP jumps the devil record. Up jumps the devil record. I'm an idiot. Up jumps the devil record. Desire to Kill, Hate Crimes Free. I don't really recognize any of these tunes, but Heatwave, I'm going to give it a listen. Super cool looking. And then Bloodletter. I've heard of these guys. I listened to the album a couple times. I thought it was really good. Thanks, dude. I didn't pick it up, but really appreciate this one. These guys are great as well. Really like this one. Surprised that I didn't know they were from Chicago. Maybe I did. I think BK, I think you talked about them on your videos. They're from Chicago, I remember. Cool looking, kind of camo gray, kind of swirl, awesome looking stuff. Yeah, this album's killer. A different kind of hell. Made in the Czech Republic. Was this like a Chicago one? I thought you talked about this on one of your videos. Somebody talked about this one on one of your videos. I could have sworn it was you, buddy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, awesome stuff. Bloodletter, a different kind of hell. So yeah, man, that's my Record Store Day haul. Thank you very much, dude. Super appreciative of VK for helping me out. I don't make the hockey schedules, but I will do everything in my... Well, actually, I'll make it next year. This is my last year. I'm too old. I'm retiring. So I'm going to play this year. So I will probably be able to make the rest of the Record Store Days, hopefully. But always great to have a good friend in the VC to help you out when you're buddy in need. And pretty much everything I wanted for Record Store... Actually, everything I wanted for Record Store Day, I was able to get. So I really appreciate that, buddy. cheers to you, my friend. I'll make it up to you, I promise. But anyway, that's my haul for this year's Record Store Day. It was awesome. Probably my favorite Record Store Day of yet, in terms of the amount of releases I wanted to get. So, you know, awesome stuff. I hope it continues. And like I said earlier, I hope more bands kind of get into it and start wanting to do these things. I think it's an excellent opportunity to sell some stuff, you know, put out, you know, demos, EPs, a live album, anything. Just put it out, let the fans go crazy. So anyway, appreciate you guys checking out the channel. VK, thank you so much again, man. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.